New diamond training number 2 is leadership is about mindset. I always say, what is between the 6 inches in your head, these 2 ears, that is the most important thing. Your mind can be the biggest asset or the biggest liability. Only have that switcher. And that's why I say Beachbody has it figured out, because they get people to change from the inside out. They get people to change their mindset. You guys, how many times I was a personal trainer forever, and I cannot tell you how many clients I'd work with them for like 6 months to a year or whatever, and they'd lose all this weight, and then I'd see them, you know, like a year down the road, and they gained all back. But it's not until you change that mindset that you actually like change your lifestyle and you change your whole person. And so, super important. So leadership is about mindset, because there are 5 key attributes. We're going to talk about business owner mindset versus employee owner mindset. Okay, guys, you are the CEO of your business. You are the business owner, and you should have a completely different mindset than the employee. Like, we all know that employees come in, they punch a clock, they swipe their card, they do their job. A business owner, they put on that CEO hat, and there are 5 key attributes that I want you guys to focus on. Okay, the first one is they're positive and optimistic. I always say, nobody likes a freaking Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy. I'm like, we all like positive Patsies. So you guys, be positive, be optimistic. People are drawn to that. People are drawn to that. People aren't drawn to like a negative person, a toxic person. So I'm like, you got to be positive and optimistic. Think of the glass as half full, always. Positive and optimistic. Think of the bright side of things, you guys. You will attract so many people with smiling at them, which is having a good attitude. Number 2 is unwaveringly consistent. Holy smokes, that word you are going to hear more than any other word in this business is be consistent. You got to show up every single day. Those days you don't want to show up, you got to show up. Melanie Mitro is the most consistent person on the planet. You know, every single day she's going to post about her work. Every single day she's like, you can literally like, she's so consistent that it's like clockwork. So you guys, consistency is the key. Unwaveringly consistent. I would say they don't just put one foot in. They don't just put like one toe in, maybe dip their toe or their foot into the water. I'm like, they jump in fully clothed head first. All right. So you've got to like be consistent, do those actions that are going to lead you to the results that you want. Number 3 is the proactive. They're not reactive. Jeff Hill is huge on you guys. Don't be reactive to situations. Be proactive. If you see a problem that you can foresee a problem in the future and nip it in the butt right then. I always, whenever I think of the word proactive, I think of my dad and my brother. So I grew up on a big, huge farm. You guys, my dad was probably the most reactive person I've ever met. He would do something like kind of do it halfway where there were for sure going to be problems, but he just wanted to get it done super fast. It was the quick and the fast way. My brother is completely opposite. He takes a lot longer to do things. Like, he foresees things. Like, he thinks about things. He does things slow. But you guys, he doesn't have problems like my dad did. I'm like, be proactive, not reactive to the situation. You will save so much time, so much headache, so much money. Like, the mental stress it puts on you when you have to react to these different situations is not fun at all. So be proactive. The next thing is solution-oriented. All right. How many people do you know who can point out this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem? It's like, okay, so we have all these problems. So what are the solutions? People can be so great at pointing out problems, but very rarely do they ever say, here's a solution to the problem. So you guys, you look for the solution to the problem, you're going to solve it. All right. If with coaches, the best kind of coaches, you guys are the ones, like I always say, when they don't have an upline, I'm like, you guys, you know, I'm like, the best kind of coaches, I'm like, are the ones who just take it by the horns. And if there's a topic they need to figure out, they go and they figure out. They look up online, they look up trainings, they look up on YouTube. And so people always say, well, you see, I would be successful, but I don't have an upline coach. There are so many coaches who don't have an upline. If you do that, it's freaking amazing and awesome. But if you don't, you guys, there are so many coaches who have just like, everything's out there. You just have to be like solution oriented and find the solutions to your problems. Number 5 is they take responsibility. I always tell coaches, I'm like, you guys, don't blame it on your upline. Don't blame it on your downline. Don't blame it on this. Don't blame it on that. Take responsibility for your business. Your business is succeeding because of you, or it's failing because of you. So take responsibility. You guys, it's not your upline's fault. It's not your coach's fault. Like, you take responsibility for your business and you do the things that you know are going to move it forward. All right. So those are the 5 key attributes of a business owner mindset. They're positive and optimistic, unwaveringly consistent. They're proactive, solution-oriented, and they take responsibility. All right? So 5 key attributes. Put on that CEO hat, you guys, and be the CEO of your business. Be the owner. Have that mindset. Don't just be that employee that comes in, does their job, swipes the clock, punches the time card. Proactive. All right. Mindset. All right. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the speed and consistency. The power of your example is so huge. We always say the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Coaches always say, Lacey, how can I help my coaches? How can I help my coaches to advance? And how can I help them to do things? And how can I help them to like reach out and to add to the network and all that kind of stuff? I always say, you guys, you have to lead from the front. Lead from the front. If you're asking your coaches to hit Success Club 5, then you hit Success Club 10. If you're asking your coaches to bring in 2 coaches per month, then you bring in 3 to 5. Always do a little bit more than you're asking your coaches to do because you're the leader. They're looking to you for the example. That is the number one best way you can help your coaches is by you doing the things that you are asking them to do. If you want them to add to the network, you add to yours. If you want them to connect with people, you connect with people. Invite people, you invite people. Follow people, you follow up people. Always do it if you're asking them. All right, and the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. You guys, so many times it's like, it's the thing where it says, I can't hear what you say, I can only see what you do, where it's like your actions, they speak so much louder than words. You can just be talk. But if you're not hitting Success Club, you're not bringing in new coaches, you're not growing your team, then your coaches, they're going to see that, okay, well, she's telling me to do all these things, but I don't see her doing these. And so you guys, the power of your example, so huge. So huge. The last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is the 3 disciplines of self-leadership. All right, 3 disciplines of self-leadership. Number 1 discipline is being completely committed to a desirable outcome.
That's a great idea.
We always ask coaches, are you guys committed to this goal or are you just interested? Because you guys, if you are committed, you will do whatever it takes to make it happen. If you're just interested, then, you'll get to it when you have time, or when life slows down, or when the kids are in school, or with this or with that. You guys, be committed, completely committed to a desirable outcome, and you will get that. The power of the mind is so amazing. On the National Wake Up Call this morning, what was her name? Teresa. I think her name was Teresa. She's talking about how she has a vision. She's like, it wasn't until I got the vision of, she goes, I couldn't decipher, like, what was it that the coaches who had all these hardships come, like divorces and job losses and, and babies and pregnancies and all that kind of stuff. She's like, what was it that the people who had those things happen to them that pushed forward and pushed through compared to the ones who had that happen to them and they just ended up quitting? And she said it was about them having a vision. They were completely committed to the desirable outcome they wanted to have. They had a vision of where they wanted to go, and nothing was going to get in their way. Nothing. And I thought that was so awesome, where she's like, it's the vision. They wanted to make that happen. Because that's number 1, discipline is being completely committed to the desirable outcome. Number 2 is controlling the controllable. So this is where your first call to action comes in. All right. I want you to make a list of 5 to 8 activities you are 100% completely in control of that you can do every single day that will move your business forward. All right. I want you to make a list of 5 to 8 things, and I want you to do those first every single day. You guys, you are completely in control of adding people to your network, connecting with people, building relationships, inviting people to either a free challenge group or a challenge group or a sneak peek. You're completely in control of following up with people. There's all these activities that you're completely in control of that you can do that will move your business forward. So you guys, make a list of those, and I want you to post them in the group under the call to action that I'll post in there, and do those first every single day. Because you guys, otherwise, if you decide to take care of your team, or to help your team do this, or help your team do that, or help a coach do this, or help a coach do that, you're going to find that it's midnight, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I haven't added one person to my network. I haven't connected with one person. I haven't built one relationship. I haven't formed anyone. I haven't reached out and invited to anyone. I haven't followed up with anyone. And it's going to be midnight, and you're going to be, I'm just way too tired. It's time to go to bed, because you've spent all your energy on trying to help someone else achieve their goals. The best way you can help them, you guys, is by achieving yours. Just like the whole airplane story analogy, where it's, okay, if the plane's going to go down, reach out, put your oxygen mask on yourself first, and then help those around you, even your kids. And I remember thinking, whatever, that's crazy. But you guys, you can't help anyone else until you've helped yourself. So 5 to 8 activities you are completely in control of, and do those first. And then you guys, honestly, when you get to the end of the day and you feel like nothing has gone right, like you just feel like, oh my heavens, like you didn't make a difference in anybody else's life, you can call these little items that you are in control of, that you're able to do, you can call those wins for the day. So every single day, you can have a win for the day. Every single day. You're not going to feel like you didn't get anything accomplished. If you wake up and the first thing you do is start checking this and start helping this and start doing this, stuff that you're not in control of, then you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't get anything done today. And it's so crazy. So you guys, it's huge. You're completely in control of your personal development, in control of your workouts and drinking your shake. All those things you're completely in control of. So you guys, do those things first, and you'll have wins for the day every single day where you feel like you got something done. And every single top coach will tell you, control the controllable and influence the rest. You guys, you cannot, I love the quote too that says, think of how hard it is to change yourself. So think of that, like, think of a bad habit that you wanted to change. Think of how hard it was to change that. So think of how hard it is to change yourself, and then you'll realize what little chance you have in changing anyone else. I always say, you have 0 chance in changing anyone else. You have negative chance. You can influence them, which is awesome, but you can't change them. They can only change if they want to. So control the controllable and influence the rest. Number 3 is be fully accountable. All right. Discipline number 3 is being fully accountable. You guys, I want you to be fully accountable to 2 people. I want you to be fully accountable to yourself. Most importantly, to yourself, number 1. You guys, you know, if you truly gave it your all, if you have a goal and you wanted to reach it, you know, you're the only person who truly knows if you gave it your all, if you were in it 100%, if you were truly committed. Now, if you reach those goals like Melanie Mitchell, I loved how she shared at NLS or at Summit, where she said, you guys, I had a goal to be 2-star by a certain date. And she says, and I didn't make it. But she says, I knew that I did everything in my power in order to reach that goal. And she says, yes, I gave myself a little pity party for like, you know, maybe a date. But she says, I got right back at it. And she said, guess what? I was so much closer to my goal of being 2-star because of all the work I had put in. And she says, I knew what she talks about. She's like, I knew I couldn't do a fingernail more. She's like, I knew. And that was like her punchline or whatever. She's like, I couldn't do a fingernail more. And it was so crazy, you guys. She was just like, I'm an ordinary girl. I loved that her topic was like being extraordinary, because she's like, this is a hard topic for me because I'm not extraordinary. I'm just an ordinary girl who is willing to outwork the competition. So you guys, be fully accountable to yourself. You know if you've given it your all to be able to reach those goals that you've set for yourself. And number 2, I want you to be fully accountable to your success partner. Catherine or Amber, do you guys have success partners right now? Catherine, tell us about yours. I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a success partner, and honestly, I think that we could work together more. So we get along great, and we support each other's posts, and we check in from time to time and talk about things that we're just kind of struggling with. So it's nice to have somebody to be able to just kind of vent to, and just somebody who's kind of like in it and running with you. But I think we could definitely stand to have like a weekly call or a weekly check-in, which is something that we're not doing right now. And we give the excuse that we're too busy to find the time, which I know is bad. So yeah, I think it's great right now. I think it could be even better though.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. Perfect. Thank you. You guys, your success partner, if you don't have one, that's your second call to action. If you don't have a success partner, I want you guys to find one. All right. And you want someone who's going to push you. You don't want someone who's just going to who, isn't a runner like you. I always say it's almost like a dating website to find a success partner. It totally is. Like, say what kind of a coach you are, like say what your goals are, say what you're like, the kind of person that you're looking for. Throw it out there, and you guys get someone who wants to run with you, who wants to push you to be a better coach. Don't have someone who just is like, just more like almost like another coach to you, where you have to like motivate all the time. Like, you got to have like give and take. So you got to have someone who is running with you, who has the same goals, who is as disciplined and hardworking as you, and who's pushing you to be a better leader. So you guys reach up to your upline, reach up to your down. Like, it doesn't have to be the same person. You can't just have one success partner for life. I'm like, try a few out. I'm like, you might not click with the first person. I'm like, try a couple out. And just in the beginning, just set up from the very start. Be like, I'm just testing this out. I'm not sure if it's going to mesh, but let's just give it a try. So then up front, that, like you're not going to stick with this person for like the rest of your time or whatever, but like just kind of giving it a go. You guys, they are like your little battle buddy. I always say, who wants to go to war alone? Nobody. Like, I don't want to go to war alone. So your success partner is like your little battle buddy. They will pick you up when you're down. They will like push you to like keep going for your goals if you're like so ready to give up. They're a person who you can vent to, because you can't vent to your downline, you can't vent to your coaches, and so this helps you to relieve that frustration. So you guys reach out. If you don't have a success partner yet, then get one. So that is your second call to action to get a success partner. I want you to tell me who they are in the group, and yes. So because of that being said, that is Do Diamond Training number 2. The most important thing that I want you guys to take away from this is the controllable. Do those 5 to 8 activities that you are completely in control 100% first before you do anything else. Guys, because otherwise it is so crazy. Next week we'll talk about time management, but if you start to like get into the team and like the team management thing, that will just suck away all your time, and then you will find that your business is just kind of like, it's just kind of standing still. It's kind of just like just turning, and you're not growing your volume, not growing your team, you're not growing your income. And it's because you're too focused on helping someone else reach their goals. Control the controllable and influence the rest. Lead from the front. Lead by example. That is the best way you can help your coaches. All right. So you guys, any questions at all? Yes, Catherine.
So a question about Core de Force. So you had posted something in the Northeast Diamond Connection about Audrey
Robles.
Yes. So yes. I don't think I'm in that page.
In the Beachbody Champions?
Yeah, I'm not in that.
Okay.
So, and I don't know if it was recorded or...
Yep, she went live, so it's a recording. I'm going to add you right now because it was such a great call. And then you guys, tomorrow, so Catherine, what is your last name?
Yeah, it's McLaren.
Okay. Okay, I just barely added you. Tomorrow, Jericho and Joel will be going live in the Beachbody Champions page. It's tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you guys log on. They're going to be talking all about Core de Force, like just live Q&A, like everything you want to know. And it's going to be awesome. You guys, this program is going to just be unbelievable. Like, you guys, get excited about it. It's going to be amazing. People are like, it's going to be as big as 21 Day Fix. And we all know how big 21 Day Fix is. Like, that's what they're just like, that's the talk. Make sure you're doing the sneak peeks. Make sure you're posting about it. Make sure you're talking about it. Because people have to, like, they have to see it. They have to hear about it. They have to, like, for them to be curious and for them to, like, want to know.
So that's kind of my other question too. So I'm going to watch that now that I have access to it. So thank you.
Awesome.
But so Core de Force. So I did the first sneak peek and I loved it, and I'm really excited. And then I know there's another one coming up October 24th. But how do I